So welcome to our head coach, Julian Nagelsmann. And questions, please. It's very creative video today. What it said, Leipzig. So, as Orban is here, is a possibility. He's with us, but he's not an option as he hasn't trained. He's done a lot of press conferences. Lots been said at press conferences. You don't know me that well. Don't mess around. He's here to get a taster of the Champions League and get away from it. So, and when you've been out injured so long, then it's good for your head to join with the team and eat with the team and then see this great stadium. And you don't see, although he's in the stand, it's still a great stadium, and they'll take experience from this. Yeah, Jose Romania said today his heart was broken because Heung-min Son's missing, out injured. How do you think that'll explain it? And will it affect the way you play the game? Any changes to your plans? I'm not changing anything because we're not going to plan just because of one player. We have to take it playing each one-on-one with each of the players. It's good. Hopefully the operation good. He's back soon, but it's a shame when a top player's missing from a game like that tomorrow. It means there's one less great player to play. But what I've led, Tottenham have got a number of players out, but also we've got players missing as well. Vili, Ivo, Kevin Campbell, Upa's suspended. Those are 4 players, an example, really good players and can play in similar positions. Unfortunately, we haven't got them. And these things happen. We've got a couple of injuries that we have to deal with, as Connie has said before. We'll have to see we get tomorrow that. We've got solid central defence. We need to be solid against Tottenham tomorrow, and that we play at the same level as them tomorrow.
Coach, is it possible to get an answer in English?
Yes, it's possible.
Is this master?
No, it's only a game between Leipzig and Tottenham. It's, I don't know, 9 years ago, when Tim Wiese, a former goalkeeper of Hoffenheim, called me Baby Mourinho. But it took only 2 weeks when he called me the Baby Mourinho. After that was Julian again. So tomorrow it's Leipzig against Tottenham and not Mourinho. It was Baby Mourinho.
Were you almost here as a Tottenham head coach at one point last year?
Again?
Were you almost here as Tottenham's head coach at one point last year?
Me? No.
Jan Günther, bitte.
Trainer, Sie sprachen.
Coach, the weekend needs to be relaxed about and clear their heads. How have you got that over to the lads? The game against Bayern Munich did as well, and I demanded some things then. But perhaps before the game, after the game, we talked about that. It's good if we have a certain emotionality on the pitch, but that's the way we've played for years, and that's the way we want to play this year. You need to keep your head clear and not make too many thoughts about tactical things, but you have to approach the whole game with a clear head. Against Bayern, there was a similar opponent as Tottenham, and it'll be the same against tomorrow. Tomorrow will be mainly about players, and they're a bit nervous before the game like that, and it's the same for the coaches. But it's a great stadium against such a successful team on the international European level, particularly over the last years. Of course, you're a bit nervous, but you have to bring your qualities and the way you play football onto the pitch. And that requires emotion, but not make too many thoughts if it doesn't work out tomorrow. So the good situation that we have tomorrow, that we're going to try to play our game and put that through on the pitch. I'm putting that over to the teams. On the other hand, we're a team, as we saw against Bayern, they were a bit tightened up. But when I'm with the group during the day, then it's about clearing the head and being relaxed, and the whole group should be relaxed. And given the age of the squad, it's a positive approach. So it's important first of two important games.
Okay.
Are you favourites to go through in this tie now that Tottenham haven't got Harry Kane and Son?
We prepare Tottenham in detail. It doesn't matter if Harry Kane or Son will play. For Tottenham, perhaps it would be better if Kane and then Son play, but for us it's better if they do not play. But the plan we prepared and told our team this morning, so we will not change the plan for tomorrow. In my team, we also play without Upamecano, without Konate, without.
We have We have the same thing without Urban.
I hope the best way.
Tom Bachmann, bitte.
You talked about players without. Could you say which players, whether it's are they going to play a back three or back four? What affects your decision in making that? It depends on the players available, of course, but nevertheless, at Tottenham, we had three central defenders. And then we had to make two changes when one was injured. After I thought a lot about this, finding the best tactics and how you compensate best for this. But it depends what the opponents are doing. So you have to see how the other team are attacking. And you have to be well organised. Fundamentally, it's about being well organised and select the players who can fit in with the game. And I hope our idea is that we select a team tomorrow that can play with a 3 or back 4, back 3 or back 4. So it's the national players. And the second half of the start of the season, we have different ideas in defence, and tomorrow we'll have that. It's up to us to react to the state of the game, but also how the game's flowing. The absence of Son he's played an important part recently in their transition and game. It depends how he's replaced. It can be that they might take a different approach to attacking. We'll have to adjust to that. But as I've said, it's not the whole idea to change everything just because a player's missing. I'll take my last look at when this training session. Although the stadium's empty, we'll see how the players react on the pitch, and we'll work on the tactics, and we'll see how that'll be the end of tactics tonight. And they'll have. I've got feelings how the players going, and then we'll see how we line up at the back. We'll make the decision when tonight. Or if not, then during tomorrow morning. How big is the respect for a young coach for the achievements of Jose Mourinho? What's your feeling there? Can you be relaxed tomorrow and enjoy it tomorrow, or are you very nervous? Of course, I'm basically nervous before every game to a certain extent, and it goes the same for the players and coaches. There's a nervousness before every game. After the last game, what's the important thing for a player? The most important thing to go through to the Champions League final. Bundesliga games, you have to win those. There's always to qualify for Champions League next season, you have to win Bundesliga games. We've reached this stage of Champions League, and we want to go through to the next round and reach our next target. It's not the most important game. It is a very important game in the knockout stage of the Champions League. I have great respect for my fellow coach. Of course, he's won lots of titles with Porto and other big times, Champions League twice on the run. I've got impressive games early on where I watched a lot of Champions League games with Deco and etc. Kabai, and I feel there's a lot of players come out well. He's made his mark certainly on European football and at some big European clubs, and also entitled with Porto. I think it's his 59th knockout game in the Champions League, and tomorrow it's my first. So obviously there's respect there. But I've got to fit my team rather my fellow coach. Mr. Nagelsmann, how you've seen Connie Lyman over the last few weeks and months, and how do you value him? To be honest, as he knows me, I've watched him for a long time before he's moved to Leipzig. I think everybody can see he can do in defence in terms of mentality. He's very determined to push himself all the way for the team and out to work very intensive runs. And right to the end of the game, he keeps going and he pushes himself all the way in the Bundesliga as other games. I felt over the last year that he wasn't in the crucial role that he is now, but he's come on a lot, and he will continue as incredible development over the past 6 months. He's good on the ball as well, and you can see he has more ideas than in the thirds, and he's very good at winning the ball, and it's very, very good at defending and getting stuck in, and at finding solutions in front of goal, as we saw Brown with Lothar Matthäus used to play that position. He plays a very significant role, and he's a normal bloke who's very good to speak to, and I'm glad the contract extension been waived, and I'm glad he's staying with us, and he will play a lot of good games for us, and an important one. And it's great that he still has potential. But at the first round of the season, and in both games now against Bremen and Bayern, was he as good as in the first half of the season? The first half he was stood out in there, and tomorrow he'll play a signal role here tomorrow. I hope he makes that impression again tomorrow. I know from the players, because Klosterman, he's extended because Klosterman, has he extended his contract? He's not a non-important player. I can't say about them all. We're still working on that. It's not a great secret, but it's good to reward the performance of Lucas and others, and these players we want to keep and hopefully get the extension. But where it is, I can't say how far up to be honest. It's definitely good.
Be great.
Okay.
Mourinho said earlier he's calling upon the Spurs fans tomorrow in the stadium to help his team out. What are you expecting from the atmosphere, and how do you see the game playing out?
Cool. Verstehe hier nichts.
Ich habe auch nichts verstanden.
Ja, ich habe nur Spurs-Fans, aber hier nichts. Ja, egal. All the games I watched from Tottenham, I love the songs of the Tottenham fans. And tomorrow I will listen to the great songs of the Tottenham fans, and we hope that the fans will make a lot of noise. Also the fans of Leipzig. Hopefully they make a lot of noise, so it's always good to play games when there are a lot of spectators on the stands, with noisy songs. And tomorrow, I think in this beautiful new stadium, it will be a pleasure to be part of this game.
Gibt es noch Fragen an den?
Any more questions for the coach? Doesn't appear to be the case. One at the back. Have you a personal experience in the sights of London? I've never been in London before. It's my first time, but I'll have a look when I come back for a second time. Yeah, thank you very much, and have an enjoyable evening tomorrow.